Hey everyone, so great to be with you today. I think I'm on live. I think we got it on. Um, it's so fun to figure out technology for me. I'm definitely an energy person. Um, really have difficulties with technology, but I have perseverance and I stick with it. So it's so great to connect with you all today. Um, I'm Donna Marie Crawford. You can find out all about me in the link below in the comments. Uh, you can also go to donnamariecrawford.com and freetobepsychic.com. We have a community there supporting each other, expanding our intuitive abilities and trust and confidence in it. Got a little thrown off with technology, so I'm getting back into the energy today. Would be honored to share messages with you from Spirit. I like to use cards on these sessions, but I also go with the enhancement of what Spirit shares with me to share with you. Often it's before the card, sometimes during, you just never know. I have allowed myself to let the flow happen. And I encourage you to too. Today, for the good of all, I asked what would be a great deck, and inspiration, your ultimate calling. Um, Dr. Wayne Dyer's deck of cards. Bob and I really love the encouragement that he shares, the following his journey and seeing the expansion of his connection with the etheric and his ability to share life experiences that show that we do prevail no matter what happens. So we're going to use Dr. Dyer's deck today. We call him Wayne Dyer. Often I forget to put the doctor on there, but I'm being reminded somehow, some way today to do that. And I ask Spirit, to bring messages always. I start all my sessions off by asking for only the best and highest good. I don't I ask Spirit not to work in any kind of doom and gloom. I believe asking Spirit to share with us through the light there is no darkness. And with that, when you trust and know that even the slightest little bit of light you can bring into any situation will always bring improvement. I think Esther Hicks helped me understand that just a little bit better, just a little bit each time makes a whole lot when you get it all together. Again today, as usual, I have my wonderful husband Bob here with me, helping me monitor the comments. So if you would like a card, please make sure to just say, hey, could I please have a card and a little bit of inspiration today from Spirit. So today, what Spirit has given me to share with all of us is associate with the inspired and the inspiring. I love these cards. They have really beautiful pictures. And another part of what I love about the card is the little butterflies that float around. Choose to associate with people who live their lives, for the most part, in spirit. But first, you need to identify those who are inspired and inspiring. Individuals who've risen above their egos and vanities of the world. And Dr. Wayne Dyer was an embodiment of that. He really shared his life journey, his triumph, his stumbles, and his getting back up. Very important that we all realize that everybody has that as part of their journey. Oreo is insistent on joining us today for a few minutes, so I'm going to bring him up and let him relax. We're kind of wearing sweaters around here, and excuse him, in Alabama, and Oreo does as well. He just totally let you know he had a good breakfast or brunch, you could say. Um, he really is an energy conductor for me, and I'm so grateful that I have such support from my guys in everything I do. It really does help a lot to keep the wheels going, right, Oreo? So you saying hi to everybody, or are you just looking out the window? Gotta love live, right? So thank you for attending, and just want to review too. You know, we all just went through Thanksgiving season, and you know, today is that Black Friday. We like to call it Fabulous Friday, and I like to always have some kind of special offer for those that follow me and are part of my VIP group. If you go to DonnaMarieCrawford.com, you'll see we have 31 days of inspiration to share with you. And um, by becoming a member of the VIP, there's discounts and all kinds of specials and news and, you know, private little sharings. We try not to bother you too much with the emails, but for this special, and honey, you're gonna have to help me out. I think if they just go to the website, right, to get the discount for today on the 12-month forecast we're gonna offer to everyone. It's regularly $175, and we're gonna run it through Monday night at $125 for you. You can go right over to the website, and it's all set up to just go ahead and order at that price point. We really I get such great reviews from the messages that Spirit shares through me from folks that want a little bit of a look ahead in the year. And you get a card a month and all the guidance and inspiration Spirit shares with me. And we do it by video. And I'm always honored to share guidance. And I marvel at how it really does align. I was just talking to someone, a client, a couple days ago, and she said, you know, when I look back, I take the card out, I have that deck of cards that you use, and I put it up on my desk, and all month long it shows me that Spirit really did give quite a wonderful message for me. So if you're interested in that, it's always my honor. Katrina, thanks for joining me today. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. And Bob does the comments for me, folks. So don't think I'm not saying hi as you join. And so grateful that you're here. I'm getting used to the flow of doing all at once. And as I announced at the beginning, my technology is just a little lacking, but it's getting there. Practice makes it easier. I never look for perfection. But Katrina, today we're going to stick with Dr. Wayne Dyer's deck for you. And it's the ultimate inspiration, your ultimate calling. I love that because, you know, so many of us want to know what's our purpose here. So today I ask Spirit to give Miss Katrina a card that gives her the inspiration she's most needing today. And believe me and trust that when Spirit shares a message with an individual and you hear it and it connects with you and is meaningful, it was meant for you too. I know I'm so grateful for all that I get to share. Bob is 6'2" and moving around, so we got a little bit of chime going, and now we got Oreo with a toy. So gotta love lives, folks. It's the real world. But Miss Katrina, this is a beautiful card. Become a being of sharing. And I have to add that immediately I'm hearing you already are a being of sharing. It's just you don't always see yourself that way, and Spirit's bringing that to your attention. This is a really beautiful card. Become a being of sharing. Since the universe works via the law of attraction, when you say gimme, 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 it responds in like fashion. But when you say, how may I share, the universe responds, how may I share with you? You are a being of sharing. I return the same energy back to you. You know, we're not always conscious of the blessings that do come back for all that we do. But when you're not sharing, Miss Katrina, you feel a little like you're in a funk. And it's really important to not always feel like, how come it's always got to be me? It's not always supposed to be me. If it is you, it is you. Because you're meant to. And it is, you know, when we talk about our calling, if you're not sharing, you're not full. So by sharing, you're filling at the same time. I hope that's meaningful and helpful to you today, Miss Katrina. Amy Klein, I love you, my dear. I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Looking forward to talking about getting together again. Privately, it's always a blessing to spend time with Miss Amy, and I thank you for bringing your energy here to share with us. Um, I'm going to move over to a deck here that is by Miss Doreen Virtue, and it's Magical Messages from the Fairies Oracle cards. I'm blessed with a great variety of card decks, and this one was brought to the top today. So, Miss Amy, I think that's part of um, your energy that brought that deck to us. So, fairies are things that everybody has feelings and thoughts about, but I'm open to all energies and all possibilities. So, Miss Amy, I asked Spirit to bring through a message for you. This is a beautiful deck. This is one side of the cards. And the illustrations I always get so much out of in all of my decks. I'm just drawn to the beautiful and colorful. So autumn is the card that came up for you. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests and abundance. And I'd love to show you this card, Miss Amy. There's fairies all over. There's etheric ones. There's a beautiful lit. Let me see about getting that right at the camera for you. This is always tricky for me. The lighting is... There we go. I love to look at the illustrations and see what messages they come from Spirit directly to you with these. And I see you as that being of light, being held, and all those around you celebrating. And I know you have many fairies around you, etheric energies, love in life, as well as energies in spirit. And this is just a beautiful message because everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. And what a deserving soul you are of that, Miss Amy Klein. Thank you for being here. And Miss Stacy Tarkowski, we're going to stay with the fairy deck with you as well, my dear. I'm honored and blessed to have you here, and thank you for all your wonderful messages on Thanksgiving. It was very meaningful to Bob and I both. So I asked Spirit to bring Miss Stacy a message of only the best and highest good. And what is it that's most important for her to hear today? All right. Oh, divine alignment, Miss Stacy. New home. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. And I'm going to come in and get that picture in for you and focus. I know I just had the sweet spot, Stacy. Look at the beautiful colors, and she's sitting on top of all the flowers and nature, and I'm sorry I should probably make a list of the cards and see about taking pictures and posting them in the feed. That's a very good idea, Spirit. I don't want to short other people of their cards, but new home is so perfect for you, Stacy. When we move into a new environment, we often think of apprehension and fear, but there's so much beauty around you, and as you continue to explore and expand and open up to all possibilities, you get to see all possibilities. And I just really love the light behind this fairy. She's just sitting up there like she owns the place. There we go. That's a lot better. I know it's hard with this camera trying to focus on everything at once. But what a beautiful card for you, and divine alignment, I know for sure. Please send our love to your husband and keep having fun, and I really do enjoy all that you share. I live vicariously through you, and you never know, Bob and I might pop over to see you. You're not far away anymore in that new home of yours. Okay, thank you for being here, Miss Brenda. I'm going to stay with the fairy deck. I was kind of feeling drawn to the other one, but I feel like you were excited a little bit. So I'm going to stick with this deck and ask Spirit to bring Miss Brenda only the best and highest good message and what is of most important for you to receive today. Debt paid off. The old weight and habit of debt is lifting from you and your life. You know, sometimes we get into that circular energy. That's what Spirit just asked me to say, of thinking like it's always going to be in debt. We're never going to get things paid off. And I can tell you I really resonate with this card because I'm just about to finish a payment off on a car payments, and oh, it's so exciting to think about not having that payment. But we do, as we look up past in our journey, and I always say reflect, that's how Spirit asked me to share it, is when we reflect, we get to see how we have done all of it and how we have paid off all our debt, and we will continue to. And that is just part of this journey, is the currency for the experiences, the reward for the contribution to then contribute to others' lives. It's really a marvelous system, I guess you could say. But the old weight is an important part of this. And I see all this purple in here, so I really love this card to share with you. And the feeling of the open wings and the outstretched arms and the blue sky. Really meaningful, Miss Brenda. So I hope that does resonate with you and give you some encouragement and support today, and was the message for your best and highest good. Miss Katrina P., you will be next. Just want to remind everyone that we are doing a fabulous Friday after Thanksgiving. We are so grateful for all the souls that are in our lives, and I'm especially grateful for those I get to share spirit guidance and messages with. And to show our appreciation, we really like to give a good discount and have a nice special for you at this time of year. And you know, coming up to the year 2023, we're all wondering what's going on and what's happening. There seems to be a lot of shifting going on around us energetically, but Spirit has all knowing. And I do share with these readings the 12-month. It's foreknowing is not to be meant to be a foreboding. It's like, don't worry. It's meant to be prepared and to know. And you know, if Spirit says you're going to be a little more tired in a certain month, then you get to rest up for it, preceding it when you know ahead of time. But these 12-month forecasts are really divine, and so grateful to be able to hear back from clients that what a beautiful experience it was to have the reading to reflect on, and even have the card in front of you for the month that is meant to guide you and support you in only the best way. So, Miss Katrina, I'm asking Spirit out of the Dr. Dyer deck. I just pulled to that one for you. This is the ultimate calling. Um, you know, some of us have those deep questions within us, and we like some deep answers, and all the answers that come through to us, it's always nice to have a little bit of validation because we are human. So, thank you. This is a beautiful confirmation for you, Miss Katrina. Connect with the universe. I think if I hold it back a little bit, it comes in a little bit better. Give yourself permission to get away so that you can camp in the outdoors, swim in a river, lake, or ocean, sit by an open fire, ride on horseback, or ski down a mountain slope. Wherever you live, you're only a few hours or even moments away from being connected to the entire universe. You know, so often our life gets busy, Miss Katrina, and I can absolutely relate to this message. I love how when you hear something that connects with you or is meant for you as well, but to just go outside and breathe that fresh air. It's to, you know, have a potted plant on the windowsill indoors. It's allow yourself to go out into nature, look at the stars. And when we do that, we come into a different energy within ourselves and we really do feel more connected. And you have such a wide channel frequency of connection with the universe, Miss Katrina. Um, I feel that the card also mentioned to, immerse in water, so don't be afraid to do that for yourself as well. Water is a really amplifying um, element in this experience for many of us, and many a bright idea is born in the shower, and I don't think that's an accident. And that's what Spirit's asking me to share with you. If you would like any private time, anybody that's on here or listening later and would like to have a session, please go to DonnaMarieCrawford.com. It's always an honor to be there to receive and share the guidance that is meant most for you at that time. And Miss Suzanne, I'd love to go to the fairy deck for you. Um, this is Doreen Virtue Fairies. Messages from, there we go, from the fairy oracle cards. The illustrations that these cards have really are magical. And I ask Spirit to bring through a message of only the best and highest good. And we're so grateful we were able to spend some time with you, Miss Suzanne, from afar and share our lovely celebrations. And so grateful and thankful for you to be in our journey. And I know you will be forevermore. So Spirit is bringing through Let Go for you. This is a beautiful little fairy sitting in a nest, and there's a robin sitting on the branch next to her. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. And, it's such a pretty card, Suzanne, with this little fairy sitting there with the robin watching over her and knowing that the world is just about ready to take her on and truly begin life. It's as if this is a little young fairy. I'm trying so hard to get it in focus for you, my dear, and it's just not going to cooperate with me. Do I have to come back? There we go. As we surrender, it doesn't mean give up. It doesn't mean throw in the towel. It doesn't mean, just don't try. It just means relaxing into all the wonder of the world. And as your journey has helped you to see, Miss Suzanne, when we let go, it's an old AA phrase. When I was younger, Dad was in AA, and let go and let God was presented to me, and I always thought this isn't just for people in AA. This is a great thought for everyone in life. And when we let go and we let God, and we let go and we let universe, the universe has it. It has it anyway. It's just when we stop trying to have that, doing it our way, it all comes our way. So thank you, Miss Suzanne, for bringing that message up and allowing us to have this beautiful card. Oh, I got it. Look at that. Spirit wanted me to get that for you. I got this. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. And you can see how beautiful this long haired, and she's got the crown of flowers, and she's just sitting there in wonder with that robin. What a beautiful card. Thank you, Miss Suzanne, for allowing us to have that message today for all of us. And anyone that it resonates with, please trust it's for you as well. Penny, thank you so much for being here. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's really truly an honor to have you here live. I know everybody's got lots going on and it's a long weekend and there's lots of plans for lots of folks, but thank you for taking time out of your day to spend it with me and allow me to share with you what Spirit wants for you to know for your best and highest good. Okay, I'm with Dr. Wayne Dyer's deck. I don't know. I just realized I picked up a different deck for you, Penny. So I let Spirit guide me and trust and have gained the confidence and know that the message that comes through is the one meant for you. Be inspired. This is a beautiful yellow. When you are inspired, you're not judging others or yourself. You aren't bothered by behaviors or attitudes that in are frustrating. When you're inspired, your heart sings in appreciation for every breath, and you're tolerant, joyful, and loving. You know, this is a card that often comes um, and repeats for me when I'm using this deck. It's to give me that confidence that I am able to be inspired so much with others and be out of judgment and accept all and but with myself, boy, oh boy, that's hard. Hard, hard, hard when I've been so taught and conditioned. And, you know, Penny, I feel like you really can relate to that. It's, you know, my mom, and I love her, love her, love her, love her, and she knows it, and she's always here, and she asks me to share these things. Is, you know, she was one that really used guilt in raising children, and that's just not the most positive because some of us picked it up and ran with it and keep it um, until we don't. So allow yourself not to be so judgmental of yourself because you are so free with others. We all have work to do in that area. We are human and having a human experience here. But it's that judging yourself, I feel, Spirit's asking me to um, really focus on for you. You aren't bothered by behaviors or attitudes that are uninspired in moments of frustration when you're inspired. When you're in spirit, Dr. Wayne Dyer often says. Um, when you're not, that's when you can feel like you're in that funk. So when you move towards being in the inspired, releasing the judgment, the heart does sing, and you do feel joy and loving. And you know, you can't be angry when you're having fun. You can't be in a negative state when you're focusing your energy in a positive one. It can try to creep in on you because we're human and there's experiences going around and we can have that tennis match. But when we try to stay in that center and stay centered and inspired, that's when the experience is most positive. So that's what Spirit's sharing with you today, Miss Penny. Thank you so much for allowing that to come through for us all. Check out freetobepsychic.com. See if it's something that interests you. If you're here, you're interested in etheric and are probably very intuitive yourself, just looking for confirmations very often with, you know, messages from others. Bob is sending off our chimes for us today, which is just fun. Um, Miss Shelley, thank you for being here. Hope you had a wonderful holiday, and I'm just shuffling along the Dr. Wayne Dyer deck here for you. Um, it's the Inspiration, Your Ultimate Calling deck. I was tell the truth, I was probably drawn to this for a couple of this deck for a couple of things. It might even have been one Bob picked out, but the butterflies and Dr. Wayne Dyer with the messages and his um, true sharing of the etheric for all of us and only for only the best and highest good really drew us to him. We'll have to share pictures that we have with Dr. Dyer one of these days on the website. Be on the lookout for that. I think I've promised it before but haven't taken action, so um, I'm going to do that. All right, Shelley, today your message is have faith. And what's so beautiful about this card on the front of it with the picture is it's a very closed bud. I would even say this is a lotus flower looking at it. It definitely has many, many petals. Um, and it says have faith. Have faith that whatever you need to experience is on its way and that God won't send you anything you're incapable of handling. You can decide that the word fear is an acronym for false evidence appearing real. Fear is an acronym for false evidence appearing real. What a wonderful, I've heard that the first time, this time, very differently than I've ever heard it before. It is false when we have those fears, because fear can only come from something we haven't experienced or that we don't know, or that raises apprehension. And it is false, because all experiences that come down the pike for us are experiences that are for our best and highest good. Um, and this card so much reminds me of my mother. She used to have a wise guy answer when you'd say, well, God doesn't give you more than you can handle. And she'd say, well, the nut house is full of them that couldn't handle it. But that's not true. That's not true. It's just that they needed a little bit of help handling it. And some of us don't understand that we do need help from others. You can't do it all yourself. Bob and I learned that in Jamaica on a vacation with a group of folks this in the springtime. Um, it's okay to ask for help. You share with others so much, it's okay to ask for help for yourself. So overcoming false beliefs, false evidence, things that aren't real, really do help us to overcome that fear, Penny. So, Shelby, sorry, I just looked at the wrong name. I have your energy, Shelby, in focus right now. But this is really Shelly. See, I'm really into spirit message with you right now. The have faith. If we didn't have faith, then we would get rid of the flowers before they have a chance to bloom. So give yourself the ability to open up to knowing that your flower is opening. We have to give divine timing the allowance. And as it was brought out for someone earlier, is this, relax and allow. Can't always control the how, the when, and the where, but we know the why. And it's because we're deserving and desiring. So keep doing that, Shelley. You're on the right path. But trust and know, too, that it's okay for you to also allow the time to unfold, to bring all to you that you are most deserving of. And this, I think, is Pri, Pri. Thank you so much for being here. I'm moving over to the fairy deck for you. And this is messages, magical messages from the fairy oracle card. Now, I'm showing you, I didn't pick up the box cover. This is the book that comes with a lot of oracle decks. They come with inspiration. That's funny. Each card has its own page, gives you a little bit more of a description. I encourage you to pull cards from oracle decks and allow your messages to come through before going into the guidebook. It's another fun way of confirming that you're able to connect and receiving messages. So Pri, this is for you. For only your best and highest good, I ask Spirit to bring these messages to you. All right. Now, this is fun because I love when cards repeat. There's a whole deck of cards here. How many cards is in this deck? I can't see it on the box. But autumn. So this card came for someone earlier. In the fall season, everything comes together and you reap wonderful harvests of abundance. How amazing this card came through again for us the day after Thanksgiving to be shared with someone else who really needed to hear. I'm getting that sweet spot, folks. I know it's out here somewhere. You're that little fairy that's all lit up, and there's all these fairies around. I think this card has already been Bob's been really doing a wonderful job taking pictures of the cards for us. Um, we're gonna look at all of them and try to get them on there. Um, but when we have abundance, sometimes we're hesitant to accept. It's too much for just me. That's what I'm hearing to share with you. And what I ask you to open to believe in yourself is the sharing with all others. When you have an abundance, that's when you share with everyone else. And when you reap a wonderful harvest, your first inclination is to share it with other people. And that's why so often some of us have abundance, is so that we can share with others. So welcome it. Know that everything comes together at just the right time, at just the right moment, and for just the right person. Okay? So when that abundance is here, don't shy away from that or think you're not deserving of it, because as you receive, you share. And those you share with are deserving, which means you are deserving to receive, to share with others that are deserving. It's a wonderful message, and I'm so glad it came through twice today on this Lunchtime Live. Uh, if you'd like to have a private session, please look me up at DonnaMarieCrawford.com. Got that in the comments section. And we're running a wonderful special for this weekend until Monday night on the 12-month forecast. Um, Bob is my tech guy doing um, all the responding and pictures and posting, and what an amazing blessing to have such a wonderful man in my life. Don't always say it enough. Certainly don't say it enough. So, taking the opportunity to say it here. Now, for Deepa, Diipa, I'm really not great at announcing names or pronouncing, and I often forget because I connect with people's energy. And I just messed with my hair. I just wanted to. It's not going to be like this often, folks, but every now and then I like to blow it out and see how long it is. Love my curls, but love options of having different variety of hair as well. All right. So now for the DIIPA, I'm back with Wayne Dyer's deck for you, my dear. Um, nope. I'm going to put this deck down. They just made me look at the Angel Tarot deck card for you. We're going to go with this deck today. This is the deck that I use to post my daily messages. And I'm really considering, you know, in the new year, maybe changing that up a little bit. I have such a variety of decks. I am blessed to be a certified angel card reader through the program that was offered, and am very honored to have had that experience and meet a bunch of folks live in New York. Louise Hay was one of them on my excursion for my certification in angel cards. So, and I know her energy and Wayne Dyer and all is accessible to us, and somebody led me over to this deck for you. So today your message is from Archangel Ariel: strength. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgment. Forgiveness and compassion are meant to be the focus. This is a beautiful card with many, many things to really try to focus in on. And I thank Bob and I thank Spirit for inspiring us to take some pictures of these cards. He's doing this while we're on the live, so that you can see the card better. Strength, we're all in need of that sometimes when it comes to feeling like we can do it. Well, I have to tell you, you have the strength of 10, is what I'm being asked to tell you. There is much energy around you. There's times where we feel like we're on our knees, but the strength of staying upright is what's being asked to be brought towards you. This soul on this card is surrounded by beautiful colors and powerful wings and a beautiful purple shield. Um, I think I was drawn as much to the illustrations on these cards as I was to the messages. Beautiful illustrations and such wonderful thoughts to be shared. And to know that the Archangel Ariel is someone you can call on when you are in need of that little extra boost. We all like to have those reference points of energy that we can bring in. And, when you can feel that energy supporting you, you know you're not alone and you do have the strength. And it's within you. Um, Release harsh judgment because that really is the human experience. It's not ever going to come from etheric, creator of all, divine love energy. It's all good from there. So when it starts to not feel good, know our human stuff and training is coming in. And it's, for me, it helps me. I always talk about when I was a kid, when you'd ride the bus, you'd have to pull the cord, right, to get off at the next bus stop. So before I get going into that not feeling so good, I do my best and allow Spirit to help me be guided to pulling that cord and slowing that train down. Sometimes it still gets wrecked, but we can always fix it. We can always repair. We can always speak from our heart, take action from our heart. We can have forgiveness and compassion for ourselves, first and foremost, and then extend that to others. But I'm being inspired to ask you to be, you know, directing that forgiveness and compassion to yourself. Okay? And Shirley, it's so great that you're here. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to Dr. Wayne Dyer for you. Um, just want to share, Shirley was my mom's name. Really, it's endearing to me. She would talk about stories. She went to Catholic school growing up, and the nuns use that word all the time. Well, you surely can't be talking about that. And every time they did, she'd turn and look, and it wasn't about her. So that's just a little antidote my mother wanted me to share with you all today. Um, know that we really can connect with our loved ones in spirit, especially around the holidays when we have that yearning for them, when they're no longer in the physical realm but are in the spiritual realm. They aren't going to miss a moment of our joy and happiness and try to uplift us if we're in that missing and melancholy and wish we could have different. They're always going to support us out of that. So thanks for being here, Shirley. You just confirmed another way for my mom to let me know she is ever present. Um, and this is a beautiful card for you, Miss Shirley, for your best and highest good. See the God force everywhere. You know, everybody uses different terminology. God force, divine creator. All is the same. Everyone and everything contains God or the source. Be on the lookout to see the God force everywhere in every living thing. Be cognizant of how this force has delivered many blessings to you throughout your life and continues to do so. See the God force everywhere. What a beautiful reminder, and what a beautiful picture. Again, I love the butterflies that float in on all these cards. They're imposed on the pictures. The clouds that are concealing those mountain peaks, but knowing that they're under there and that the light is shining from the sky. There is beauty and there is reason for everything. And, you know, as we become more uber aware of our surroundings, we can really see that. Um, I can share on a personal note that, you know, God force is everywhere. I had a new family member come into life right before Thanksgiving. It's a great niece of mine. My first nephew and his wife had a beautiful little girl, but she came very early. Mom's health was in danger, and it was time for Miss Madison Rebecca Murphy to be born. And she came into life at 2.5 pounds, a little under, and is thriving with wonderful medical care up in Connecticut. So shout out to Yukon NICU, taking great care of our family and my loved one. That's really a blessing to us all, and just a sassy little peanut. That's going to be what Auntie Donna calls her, is a sassy little peanut. Mom and dad are doing well, trying to get some rest. It's been quite a pregnancy, and we're just going to keep supporting Miss Madison as best we can until she's able to come home and get all the snuggles and loving that's possible. So, um, God forces everywhere. To have the technology to support such a fragile little being into life is a miracle and amazing and phenomenal. I think my nephew said they are phenomenal at that unit. So we're shout out to them. So grateful for that. Um, and there it is everywhere when you really open up to seeing. Um, those of us that are sensitive, especially, can get tears in your eyes when you start to think about things like that. Now, Wayne Dyer would like to give Bob a message today. He's such a influence in my life and got the patience of a saint for all that he experiences with me. Create that vision. Beautiful. It's I see Red Rock. It's almost looking like the Grand Canyon in that picture. There's the butterflies. Even if you don't know what you should be doing or what your mission is, you need to practice creating that vision anyway. Remind yourself that before long, the all creating source will bring your vision into your physical life in ways greater than you could have imagined. Bob and I really do believe in, you know, having that vision, that manifesting desire to see what it is that you're desiring and know it's real and that it is possible, and remind yourself all the time along the way that you have to have a vision to move in that direction. Um, Source will bring in more than you expect, in things that you could never know. Many a time we've had our mind set on doing something and really don't know the hows, but we know the whys, and sure enough, the universe aligns and creates all that's possible. Beyond what we could have imagined, that's for sure. So always please add on when you're trying to make your vision of what it is that you're desiring, or more than I could imagine, or something better, or only the best and highest good. Whatever you find. But know as humans, we tend to limit it to our little world, and it doesn't change much from when we're children. Luckily, the internet has helped us have more vision, but our world is small. Our possibilities can be small due to the teachings and the programmings and the beliefs that you've been given. But when you shed those and spread those wings, lots is possible. Okay, I'm not really sure how to say this name. IFE. Effie, I'm going to go with. I'm not sure if that's right, but I'm going to that angel card deck with Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Artwork by Steve A. Roberts. I was just inspired to make sure to include that because the illustrations really do speak to me, and I hope they speak to you as well. Bob's doing his best, but I think I've thrown a couple of the cards back in the deck. We'll try to pull them back out and add them to the pictures that he's been, sharing as we're going along live here. So now for Effie's best and highest good, this is the card that came through. Another archangel. We got a lot of angel energy with us today, folks. The Sun, Archangel Uriel. Happy outcome. That's great news, I would say, Effie. Iffy? Let me see, am I saying that right? Ify. IFE. Happy outcome. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. Exclamation after that one. Happy outcome has an exclamation as well on the card. You can see that archangel up, surrounded by beauty and warmth. And the sunflowers, I love sunflowers. I even have a sunflower butterfly tattoo on my ankle, to signify my sister and myself, my little sister who's in spirit, Miss Linda. Um, but the sunflowers always turn their face to the sun, which is such a wonderful creation, part of that divine, everything is divinely created. Um, don't think your ideas aren't brilliant. Oftentimes we shoot them down as fast as they come. It's ping, ping. Oh, but no, yeah, but I'm a yeah butter. Really good at that too as a human. But as you open and you hear the yeah, but, you can then stop, pull that cord, stop yourself and say, wait a minute, I'm shooting this down. Let me think about this first. Um, Bob calls them my bright ideas. This one's called brilliant new ideas, that lead to success. And, oftentimes success is not the goal we necessarily set out to accomplish, but it's all the experiences we receive along the journey towards the goal. And don't be afraid if the goal shifts as you have experiences. I know for myself, I have to sometimes get going in the direction I think I'm going to get to the where I'm supposed to be and not where I think I'm supposed to be. So let yourself be guided. Don't ever feel that you didn't do the right thing. Know that we can, just like our navigation systems, we can recalibrate and we can shift, and experience is meant to be created to help us shift into more positive as we continue to create experience with each other. Oh, baby, are you okay? Poor honey. He just hit his funny bone and it is not funny. I would like to also just add a card on here for Miss Charlene. She's been inspirational in my journey, and I'm hoping she had a wonderful holiday with her family, nice Thanksgiving. I know she was included in our list of things that we're grateful for. So, Miss Suzanne, your card today is Attract Peace, not Conflict. And this one's loaded with lots of butterflies, greenery, and waterfall. And that outdoors stuff is really important for you right now, especially going into this winter season. Vow to have fewer conflicts in your life. You come from no conflict. Pardon me. You come from no conflict, so you can return there and know heaven on earth by refusing to have your inner world conflicted by anyone at any time. Affirm over and over, I attract peace, not conflict. That's a beautiful thing for us to all repeat, and I feel it was really important to come through today at the end of this lunchtime live hour. I attract peace, not conflict. It really is important to trust that for all of us. So thank you, Miss Charlene, for being an inspiration to us. And Carol, I got you. We're gonna let you got in right there at the end, my dear. I am going to, do this last one for you, and I feel that I'm going back to that fairy deck from with Doreen Virtue, the magical messages, Miss Carol. You deserve a magical message today, and I thank you so much for being here. It truly is an honor to have you here. And your message is summer. Everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. Now, we know we're in the fall, and we just went through summer. Doesn't mean you didn't get a lot of things this summer, but I also feel that everything you're asking for comes becomes yours in the summertime. That has a lot to do, Carol, with being in nature and allowing yourself to have experiences in nature, outside, outdoors. And everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summertime. It's that connection with nature, the possibilities, the vibrancy of the color, of the air. So there's lots of time between now and next summer, lots of things to be putting into motion. But I feel summertime this year was also good for you. So they're asking me to share that. Don't, oh, I have to wait for summer. No, you don't have to wait. You get to anticipate and expect all things that you're asking for to come together. So that's a wonderful card. And Miss Dawn Doobie, you know I had to get you in too. Thanks for joining me here. We're going to get you a magical fairy card too. Fairies are really um, beings that are meant to stay in the magical realm and not be, um, well, I guess you could say, but are experiencing us all. So this card for Miss Dawn is do some research. You need more information about this situation. Look into it further before proceeding. Now, this sounds like a vague question, answer, but I feel as if you have a question in mind. And when you do a little bit of research and get a little bit more information, I love that stack of books the fairy's sitting on. There's a stack behind her. She's got one, and I love the purple in the card. Do some research. You are amazing in gathering information, not only for yourself, but to share with others. So give yourself that gift of continuing to learn, explore, have an interest, check it out. Um, Bob loved to share. I think he read just about every book at Mary Cheney Library in Manchester when he was a kid. He spent many an hour at the library, and he'd just go in the stacks and find books on something and just start reading, and gain lots of information that way. And Dawn, you're that way. Um, you've got a lot of compassion and sharing, but don't be afraid to look into the things that you're interested in. Do a little bit more research, and that gets you prepared and ready to expand in having those experiences. Thanks for being here today. It really means a lot to me, too. So grateful for you in our lives. If you'd like to know a little bit more about me or get together privately, you can check me out at donnamariecrawford.com. I have lots of offerings for all comfort levels and all different affordability. And with that, we're running that special for Fabulous Friday, we're calling today. I don't subscribe to Black Friday. I think it's a rat race and really commercial, and it's not always with the intention that Bob and I are coming from. And we really want you to have a fabulous Friday, a fabulous holiday, and have a fabulous opportunity to get that 12-month forecast coming up for the year. I'll be working on them in the month of December in the order that they come in. And we're offering them to you folks here on Facebook Live, and I'll be posting the offer in the groups. I think my wonderful husband did that already. It's regularly $175 for that 12-month forecast. You get a card for each month and inspirational messages. But we're going to allow this offering for Fabulous Friday to run until the midnight on Monday, through that Cyber Monday that everybody's got termed, and it'll be only $125. So that's just a little bit over about $10 a month for a little bit of guidance for you from Spirit. And I thank you all for being here. I look forward to meeting with you privately if you so desire. Check out DonnaMarieCrawford.com and freetobepsychic.com. It's a wonderful community, and a great place to get together with others that are expanding, gaining trust, and exploring all kinds of energy and intuitive connection with Creator. So thank you so much for being here, Donna Marie and Bob Crawford, and my Oreo finally fell asleep over on the blanket. Um, you have a blessed day, and thanks for being here. See you next week.